So imagine if everyone in this society thought that you were the hot thing. Imagine that's what you need to live your life like, that you are the trend. I remember when I went out with my friend at the time, showing me pictures of girls on Instagram. She said, oh my god, imagine looking like that. Imagine. I don't want to imagine. Like, I'm so sorry, I don't want to imagine. You know why? Because I don't care. That's self-deprecating on your part, and now you're trying to put that on me. If you want to imagine, go over there in the corner and imagine. Have fun with that. I'm over here and I'm liking myself, and that's something that people will not take away from you. Now, a boy I was speaking to once, he literally basically called me ugly, and let me tell you something. Do I come away from that thinking I'm an ugly girl? No way. You are beautiful in your own way, in your own right. That's not me being some cliche movie goer. There's so many different things I've been insecure about in my life, and now you just got to use it to your advantage. Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I'm about to unleash some waves on you. I can't wait for this video. You are so beautiful. Like, I'm a little bit shy that you've come and watched my video. I'm shy. I actually can't even speak. Like, how are you even here right now? How do you even exist? Hello, my angels. This is going to be a very good video. I can feel it already. Do you not feel that energy in the air? This is going to help you feel more confident, because let me tell you something. In this life, sometimes people are not going to give us that confidence, and we need to give it to ourselves. If you feel invalidated, if you don't feel like you're beautiful enough, I'm here to tell you there is only one you. One person who looks like you, talks like you, walks like you, has your exact mannerisms, all of that blended into one. There's only one you, and that's a unique, beautiful thing. You need to go and look in the mirror and realize how beautiful you are. Now, if you haven't realized this yet, I'm going to help you. This video is going to change your mindset, because if you walk around in this life feeling insecure, invalidated by people, and you go after confidence and you're always searching for it, everywhere you go you're searching for, oh please tell me I'm beautiful, oh tell me I'm pretty, blah blah blah, you're never going to get exactly what you want to hear. You might get it one day, then be on a complete high, and then you don't get it, and now all of a sudden you feel very insecure within yourself. That's not how you should live your life, and that's not how I'm going to let you live your life. But let's get you feeling good about yourself, because let me tell you something. I did not grow up getting called beautiful, pretty all the time. I wasn't like walking around and everyone was telling me good things. I barely got complimented, and I had to give myself that validation as an adult. So now I can walk around and know I am peng, I am beautiful, I am feminine energy, and I've manifested a boyfriend who is literally so gorgeous. I know that I'm worthy of him. That's exactly what I want for every single person watching this video. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do to make yourself feel more beautiful, this is about how you feel. Remember how you look at yourself. You make sure that you're doing things from a place of how you feel. So for example, you're not just eating right and going to the gym so that you can lose as much weight as possible and you can look really small, or you can look like really toned, eating all the protein and forcing these meals down, but you don't actually enjoy it. You need to make sure you're doing things from a place of how you feel as well. That is very important. If you don't feel good about what you're doing, you're not going to feel good within yourself. How many people, they have these goals, they realize that once they reach the goal, they're still not happy? It's because they weren't focusing on how they feel, they were only focusing on how they look. So make sure that the things that you want to do to make you look better are actually also making you feel better. So if there's like a 12-step skincare routine and it's like making you feel stressed out when you're doing it and it's too much, then you don't have to do it. Do what makes you feel good. So do a nice mask once a week or anything like that that you can consistently do and you know is going to make you feel good and it's not going to overwhelm you. Do that. So that goes with your eating habits. Make sure you're eating well, not restricting too much, but still eating healthy enough that you know you're listening to your body. What makes your body feel good and what doesn't make your body feel good? I'm a nutritionist, so I have my own business, and I've literally realized over the years what makes my body feel good and what doesn't. So if you need help with that, I'll actually link my nutrition business if you want to reach out to me, because I do personalized nutrition programs if you're interested. But in general, make sure you're eating enough vegetables and just things that make you feel good. Don't force down meals that you don't like. Make sure your healthy meals actually make you feel good within yourself from the inside. When you feel good on the inside, you feel good on the outside. So do things based on how you will feel. That's eating habits, you know, skincare, what's your hair care routine. Don't make these things too complicated to the point where you can't stay consistent with it and doing it stresses you out. It has to be something you can be consistent with and you actually look forward to doing it. So I have this oil that I put in my hair. I like putting it in my hair. It makes my hair feel nice. Or recently I started wearing like a little bonnet to bed and it would make my hair feel so silky. Just things like that, little things that you can do that make you feel good. I think diet is the main one, and exercise as well. Make sure that the movement that you're doing makes you feel good. So you're going for walks and getting your digestion going so you don't feel as bloated. When we don't feel bloated, we feel more good about ourselves, good in our body, more confident. So just little things like that. This is about how you feel. When you feel good, when you're taking care of your diet and your exercise, you will be surprised that even if you don't see results in your body, you will feel more confident. And then you can start to focus on the other stuff in the following points. But don't get it twisted. It's not just going to happen from you doing your diet and exercise and bam, you're confident. You're no longer insecure. You need to incorporate equate that with other things as well, which I'm going to talk about in this video. It's also about your mindset. Some people reach their aesthetic goals, but they're still extremely insecure. Even myself in the past, I've, reached a physical goal and I still didn't feel good about myself because I hadn't worked on my mindset yet. So it's really about your mindset. Remember, that is the thing that's going to make you feel so beautiful. The next thing is Pinterest boards. Now, I know this might sound really silly, but when you experiment with your look, you will feel much more confident. Experiment with what works for you. Like, let me tell you something. I went years without putting my hair up because I felt like I didn't look good with my hair up. If you watch my videos now, you know I put my hair up all the time. And what I realized is I used to put my hair up like this in a ponytail, like that, like with all the hair back like this. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I actually realized I like to do when I put my hair in a ponytail, and my friend also said, she was like, I love your hair like this. Then I realized that I would do like a middle parting, which I saw on Pinterest. And look at that. Like, I prefer my hair up like that so much more. I think it's so much more cute than just like having it all back like that. Like, I feel like it just frames my face so much better. So just experiment with different things. Look on Pinterest, look at hairstyles and try them out and go outside of your comfort zone. You're only going to realize what makes you feel good, and you're going to feel way more interested in your appearance and how you look and what works for you. Like, I did certain hairstyles and people were saying to me, like, even my family, they were like, I really like that hair today, like that looks really cute. And it wasn't about getting external validation, but it made me realize that I was trying new things. I was putting myself out there. I was like being a bit more experimental with how I looked, and there's nothing wrong with switching up. Like, right now I have this thing where I want to dress more classy, and I've been trying to like slowly launch into that. As you could see, she's wearing a nice little thing, this is quite a classy look. I'm a classy girl living in a classy world. But just switch it up, make a Pinterest board with different things. I have so many different Pinterest boards. I have my summer classy looks, which is what I'm trying to transition into right now. I have like hairstyles, I have makeup looks. When I was working at a job I really didn't like, the thing that was making me feel good about my time there, even though I would go there every day and I did not like it, I would do my makeup really cute and experiment. I was going on Pinterest and looking at makeup ideas, and I was doing like cute little blushes, like doing like little peachy blushes and using my new makeup, and it was just interesting. It got me in my feminine energy, so when I was going to work I was still feeling good about myself because I was trying new things. So just experiment. There's nothing wrong with experimenting, and there's nothing wrong with a little Pinterest board to get some inspiration. Find some looks that interest you and things that you want to try out, and just go ahead and do it. And if you are like me, where there's things that you've been scared to try, like putting your hair up. For years I didn't do that. I fully just launched doing that. Like, I was like, no, we're doing that now. And now I can put my hair up in all sorts of ways that I would have been so insecure because I didn't like the way that it made me look. I can even do like a little slick back bun. And the thing is, some people might say, oh, I don't like that look on her, I don't like this. But at the end of the day, if I like it, that's the most important thing. If I feel cute, if I walk outside the house and I feel good about myself, that is the most important thing, and no one can take that away from you. And when you walk into a room and you are confident with it, you do that hairstyle and you're confident with it, it shows up so much differently in the world than if you walk in there and you're like worried what people think. If people don't like it, that's fine, as long as you like it. You stand in that room tall. It's all about the way you hold yourself. This leads perfectly into the next point. So the next point is affirmations. So I talk about this a lot, but it's the way that you hold yourself and the way that you talk to yourself. You need to be tapping into that energy while you're doing it. So say someone rejects you. If someone rejects you and makes you feel like you're ugly, you tell yourself, no, I'm so hot. Because sometimes if we have a bad past where we felt insecure, you can think, oh, maybe they thought I was ugly, like blah, blah, blah. There's been times in the past where I've thought like that. And now I tell myself, no, that's fine. I'm beautiful. In this life, people get pretty privilege. And sometimes we can think we're not pretty enough to get that privilege. You think, oh, maybe if I had pretty privilege. You tell yourself, no, I am beautiful. I'm so pretty. Don't get cocky. It's just like having a little bit of fun with yourself in your head. It's not something you're saying out loud to people. But if you do start to feel insecure, I'd rather you go to the other side and start to think thoughts that can become your reality in your mind, in your world, than go out there and start thinking, oh, no one likes me, oh, I'm ugly. No, you're not ugly. It's the language that you speak to yourself. So start telling yourself things like, I'm so beautiful. You walk outside the house, you have a conversation with someone, you tell yourself, I look so beautiful right now. Because I know we've all been there where we're having a conversation with someone and we're worried that they're looking at something on our face. Say we have a spot that day, we're worried that our makeup's caking, this and this. Or sometimes people actually are looking at those things, but you tell yourself, I don't care. I've seen people look at these things on my face before when I'm talking to them. What if someone's looking at my spots, like, because I have spots here. The reality is most of the time they're not actually looking at these things. But how much have you really been focusing on my spots in this video? But if you have, that's fine. But if they are, you also just tell yourself, that's fine, I think I'm beautiful. Let me tell you something that comes across so much more attractive, so much more magnetic, so much more self-assured and confident when you own it. If you have a spot, you own it. If you have makeup that got cakey and you feel embarrassed, just own it. Just say, I still looked good with it. I still looked hot. This might feel delusional and this might feel like you're lying to yourself. You're not lying. You're just giving yourself different language. Because let me tell you something. You might think affirmations don't work, but the language that you are telling yourself right now are still words regardless. You're still giving yourself words. The only difference is those words are negative words. Wouldn't you rather replace it with positive words so you can actually start feeding into the side of you that wants to be nurtured, the inner child in you that was invalidated, the part of you that wants to feel good about themselves? Because there is a part of you that is yearning. They so desperately want validation. Now, the person that can give that to you, as much as you feel like it can't be you, it can be you. You just need to do affirmations, and sooner or later your brain will start to believe it. Because I did this. Literally, people said horrible things about me in school, even boys. A boy I was speaking to once, he literally basically called me ugly. And let me tell you something. Do I come away from that thinking I'm an ugly girl? No way. No way would I come away from that situation thinking that I am an ugly girl because someone said that to me, or basically said that to me to try and be funny or whatever. When I really think about it, he was probably just young, stupid. Maybe he did think that, but is that a defining moment in my life? No, I'm not going to allow that to be, because I've grown up, and if I haven't felt pretty from other people, I've had to give it to myself. And let me tell you something, that is the kind of validation that no one can take away from you. When someone else gives you validation, they can easily take it away. They can say, oh, you look good that day, but you didn't look good that day. Do you really want your self-confidence to rely on that can be so easily taken away? So in a way, you growing up feeling invalidated means that you now have to build this own validation in yourself, that some people, they don't have that. They got all the compliments. You have a chance to build such a strong sense of worth within yourself that is unbreakable. That is a chance that you can take right now and say, you know what, I'm going to give it to myself. I'm going to give that validation to myself. That's going to last a lifetime. Once you have it, no one can take it away from you because it's yours. The only person that can take it away from you is you. So I'm not going to allow you to take it from yourself. You are keeping that. That means that you need to practice these affirmations regularly. I'm talking on the daily. Have a little book. I literally have a book that I was using at one point. I literally still do this to this day. Like, I can show you from when I was at a job in the beginning of the year that I did not like, and I would go in there and I wasn't feeling too confident in myself, and I was there telling myself every single day, I was like, I'm gorgeous, I'm smart, I'm confident, things like that. Like, tie into your affirmations. I'm so pretty, I'm so smart. Like, tell yourself these things. Tell yourself that you are a confident woman, man, and just keep saying it to yourself. Even if it feels like a lie, just keep using that language, because the more you do it, sooner or later your brain's going to be like, okay, we say these things. This is how we think. This is the wiring that we have going on. Let's jump to that. Instead of being like, they rejected me because they thought I was ugly. No. I was too much for them. They couldn't handle it. The beauty was just off the charts. Now, it might sound crazy, but we need a little bit of delusion. Is it really? Or is it just your reality of how you see yourself? Don't be cocky with it, but tell yourself, you know what? I'm gorgeous and no one's going to take that away from me. Go and look in the mirror and tell yourself 5 things that you like about yourself. And there are things. I like the way my lips look when I put lip gloss on. I like my hair. I like the fact that even though I have spots, I still look pretty with spots. There's so many different things that I've been insecure about in my life. And now you just got to use it to your advantage. Let me tell you something. I thought that I had a weird shaped nose when I was in school. I literally had boys tell me I had like a big nose. It was a big nose. But let me tell you something. My dad is from Cyprus. And now I'm like, does it actually look bad? No, I like my nose. People say to me, I wouldn't even notice that because I grew into it. Even if you're insecure about your nose and there's certain times where, you know, that might come up for me, I just tell myself, you know what, that shows that I'm not fully British and my dad's from Cyprus and I've got that trait in me, and that's my nose and I like it. So you have to find ways to reassure yourself about the things you don't like. If you feel like you're, you know, not the best shape of your life, you say, I like it, I'm a curvy queen, you know? And there's nothing wrong with having goals and wanting to improve yourself. Not to the point where you're literally hammering down on your appearance and giving yourself such negative feedback on the way that you look. Not to that point. You have goals and you tell yourself, I still look good while working to them. Even if you don't feel good, you will start to feel better when you start to work on yourself. Like I said, diet, exercise, all that stuff, external things, take care of your style, try to experiment. But also just feel good about yourself by actually telling yourself that you feel good about yourself. It works, I'm telling you. You just have to apply it. Okay, the next point is, don't wait for other people to tell you. A lot of the time we wait for, you know, your crush to tell you that you're beautiful. Or some people can be in relationships for years. I was in a relationship once where the person just didn't compliment me. Not once in the relationship did they compliment me. And I felt like I needed to ask. You don't need to ask for these things. If they're not giving it to you, there's a reason. Now, you might tell yourself, oh, they're not giving it to me because they don't actually think I'm good looking. A lot of the time people are insecure. This could be your best friend, this could be your partner. They don't want to build you up. Sometimes people, they would rather see you a little bit lower than them to make themselves feel good. Now, this isn't okay, but it's an insecurity thing. Don't take it personal. I can look back at that situation and just be like, okay, you know what? This person was young, they were insecure, and they tried to make me feel insecure so that I wouldn't become too big, you know, hype myself up. And maybe they didn't find me attractive. That's okay. You know why? Because I'm in a relationship now where I'm literally made to feel very attractive. So you just need to realize that. You don't wait for anyone else to tell you. You don't. There are times where you need it in relationships, of course. You do want your significant other to be complimenting you, but you don't need it. If they're not giving it to you, you find it somewhere else in a relationship. You will always get someone that will absolutely love the way you look. I'll tell you that for a fact. I will tell you that for a fact. Like, you will be surprised that sometimes people don't compliment us because, one, they think we already get compliments. Two, they don't really know how to give compliments. Or if you never get complimented, maybe people are intimidated by you, or maybe you just are not the type of person that they would compliment in that way. Maybe they don't know how you will receive it. There are so many reasons as to why you may not be getting compliments, so I would not rack your brain about it, because I know myself, I don't constantly get compliments on the daily. I don't, but I know for a fact that I'm a pretty girl, and that doesn't make me any less pretty than the next girl. It just means that I might not be that exact type of pretty that everyone's going up to me every second telling me I'm beautiful, oh pretty, oh gorgeous, but I tell myself that. That's the thing. You can either be like, oh, I don't get all these compliments, oh, I'm not the most beautiful girl in the world, but you're the most beautiful girl in your world. No one has my exact face, my exact features, the way that I speak. No one has your exact face, your exact features, and the way that you speak. No one is you. No one will ever be able to do it like you. So that is your superpower. That is your strength. If you don't get the validation, that's okay, and don't go looking for it. Stop wanting it. If anything, just be like, I don't care. I don't care. If I get it, thank you so much. Be nice with it. When people give you compliments, sometimes it takes a lot for people to do that. If someone's being nice to you, you can always say, oh, thank you so much. That's really nice. But you don't need it. You don't need it anymore. Okay, let go of that. We need to give it to ourselves. I want you to come away from this video and give that to yourself. Offer it up to yourself. Journal, write down all the time all these things that you want to tell yourself, all these affirmations, all the things that you want to hear from other people. Tell yourself and put it down on paper. Put it in your head and look at yourself while you're saying it, and find things that you like about yourself, even if it feels hard, even if you might react to this and be like, no, but I'm so ugly. How dare you talk like that about yourself? I don't like you talking about yourself like that. I don't like that. I don't think that's cool of you to talk like that to yourself. You wouldn't talk like that to a friend, so don't talk to yourself like that. You are beautiful in your own way, in your own right. That's not me being some cliche movie goer, like just running around here thinking that everything's perfect and that we can just all call ourselves beautiful. Yes, you are beautiful. You know why? Because you're you. No one else is you, and you walk around, you own that. That's what makes you beautiful. When you hold yourself with confidence and you walk into a room, have you not ever seen someone who's not conventionally attractive, but they hold themselves such power, such beauty, and they are so attractive in the way they hold themselves? People like them. People gravitate towards them. People enjoy their energy. And don't think of yourself as unconventionally attractive anyway. We're not talking about that about ourselves. Just say it. Listen, I might not be the mainstream. I'm a rare kind, okay? Let me tell you something. You're a rare one, okay? And I want you to get that in your head. Next, don't engage with people that make you feel invalidated. Like I said in the other point about being in relationships and friendships where people feel insecure, so they try to bring you down. Or sometimes they're not intentionally doing it. Let me give you an example. Someone in my life, they are quite insecure. I'm not gonna lie to you, they're very insecure about the way they look. They make a lot of self-deprecating jokes and also just self-deprecating comments about themselves in general. One time they said to me, they went to the cinema, right? And they said to me, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, like it's literally unfair. Like she talks about this, like about multiple women all the time around me, like I can't believe, like she's just so beautiful, like it's just ridiculous. Like, and there's nothing wrong with thinking another woman is beautiful, so beautiful, but when you start saying things like it's unfair, I don't like that. I don't speak about like that. I don't want you talking like that around me as well. Like there's nothing wrong with acknowledging another woman's beauty. Tell me, yes, let's acknowledge her together. Let's both say how beautiful she is. But it's not unfair. You know why? Because I like the way I look. Like, I'm so sorry, I know this society doesn't want us to, but I like the way I look. So I don't want to try and think it's unfair. No, it's not unfair. It might be unfair for you, but that's your mindset. Why don't you realize how beautiful you are? If you knew how beautiful this person that I'm talking about is, literally beautiful, beautiful hair, beautiful face, but all my life they always say, oh no, I'm not that great, I'm alright. You are alright now because you think you're alright. That's the energy you're putting out there. If she was to walk around and think she's a baddie, think she's peng, she would literally be. You only are what you think you are. It's not so much what other people think you are, it's what you think you are. And I know that might come as a surprise to you, considering other people have probably invalidated you in your life, but a lot of the time it's actually what you think you are deep down on top of that, because you could always fight against the grain like I did. I got told I was ugly by a boy at 16, and look at me now, and I'm not letting that affect me. I'm still walking around here thinking thinking I'm beautiful, because I'm not gonna let that define me. I know who I am. In the same way, you don't let that define you. You walk around, you are what you think you are. If I was to think in that situation I'm an ugly girl, because that guy said that to me, yes, I'll be walking around still here at 25 thinking I'm an ugly girl, but I'm not an ugly girl. So sorry to break it to you. So that's what you need to do. You need to shift your mindset, and the people that you're hanging out with, these insecure people, they don't want to see you feel too good about yourself. If you've got friends and they're not complimenting you, that's a very big thing. I'm not gonna lie. I have a friend and I met with her the other day, and I realized how refreshing it was to be around someone who just like makes little comments that are just nice. And I don't need it, but it's nice. You don't need it from your friends. You don't need to go looking for it, but it is a standard that they should compliment you here and there to a certain degree. If they never compliment anything about you, if they're not the type of person to compliment looks, maybe they're insecure and they don't know how to go about that. Maybe they're shy and they don't really know how to give compliments. I'm not saying they have to do it all the time, but if your whole friendship with this person, they've never said anything nice about you, your looks or your actions or anything in general, that's something to look out for. As a side note, if they bring you down in any way or make little comments. I remember when I went out with a girl when I was younger a few years ago, and she was my friend at the time, showing me pictures of girls on Instagram. She said, oh my god, imagine looking like that. Imagine. I don't want to imagine. Like, I'm so sorry, I don't want to imagine. You know why? Because I don't care. I don't care. Yes, she's beautiful, but are you trying to say that imagine if I didn't look like me and I looked better like her? That's self-deprecating on your part, and now you're trying to put that on me. If you want to imagine, go over there in the corner and imagine. Have fun with that. I'm over here and I'm liking myself, and that's something that people will not take away from you. Now, people can do these things intentionally or unintentionally. Either way, it's not cool. I don't like it. I'm not going to get on board with it, and I would tell you now to either distance yourself from people who do things like that, or have a word with them and tell them not to do that. Like I said to the person in my life currently who said the thing about, oh my god, it's not fair, like she always talks about this about multiple people, it's not like it was one instance. I said to her, can we not like do that? I don't like that. You're beautiful. Because these little things, you might think they're just passing by comments, they mean a lot, they're a big deal. Anyway, I think I'm waffling, but the last point that I'm going to tell you is to walk it until you talk it. Now, this isn't fake it until you make it. The one thing that I like to say is be it until you become it. Be it until you become it, babe. Go out there and actually just act like you are that person, that confident person, that beautiful person. Tell yourself you're hot. Tell yourself all the things you like. Affirmations. You know, don't expect it from others, but just know you already are that. When you're talking to someone, think that, you know, they're thinking you're beautiful right now, even if they're not. Even if it's a little bit delulu, we want that. We want that delusion. Go outside, walk like that, talk like that. Just really envision the person that you want to become, this beautiful woman that you want to be, or man, whatever you want to be, you are that person. This has been kind of a long one, but I wanted to get into it because I really wanted to help you guys, and I really feel like this is something that we need to change our language, the way we speak to ourselves, and all this stuff about, you know, beauty standards. If all this stuff wasn't in, see the way the beauty standards always change, you know, having curves was in, now apparently it's out. All the different things that come in and out of style, the body shapes, if you look at throughout the years, the different trends of how women are supposed to be, all the standards. When things go out of trend, we often stop finding it as attractive. We look back and we're like, oh, I can't believe that. Like, that's what us as a society does. So imagine if everyone in this society thought that you were the hot thing. Imagine that's what you need to live your life like. You need to think that you are the trend. Because if you were in trend right now, if everyone was like, oh, anything about yourself that you're insecure about, imagine I'm like, oh, my spots, they're in trend, you know? That's how I walk around, and that's how I want you to walk around. So let's become confident together. If you want to become a more productive, confident person, we're all about self-improvement on this page, and I really want to help you guys, and we're doing it together. So subscribe to this channel. Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I've just unleashed some waves on you.